Hello, you absolute amazing people, and welcome back to season number 4 of Las Palmas career mode with your boy Jordan Horton. I hope you lot are doing absolutely wonderful today. Now, we had a lot to unpack last episode, and I always say this a lot, but please do check out the last episode because we had one of the most exciting games of football you will ever see, and to be fair, it's on the channel for one of the most greatest games of all time. Hands down, it was that bloody good, to be fair. But we had a lot to unpack, including this season awaits. It's Champions League football. We've got top 4. It's such a huge await for these boys right here. The squad deserves it, I think. We played some good football for the Canary Islands to represent, and to be fair, some of these players right here deserve it. And well, we do have a big transfer budget of £100 million. But as you've checked out last episode, the board did say money injection will be given if we didn't spend a single penny in the January transfer window of last season. Which I may say we didn't spend a single penny at all. That could have pretty much cost us anything, getting top 3 at least. But nope, I stuck to my word. Will the board keep up to theirs? I really hope so, because I've got some big signings I want to make to the club. Including this one, our record signings so far. £44 million to Valencia over here for Spanish midfielder Javier Guerrera. A huge addition to the squad right here, and our record signing. And to be fair, this player wasn't my first choice, as the budget kind of decreased after spending half of it on Javi Guerrera, but he will do. And what's better than one Argentine winger? How about another, as we welcome Alejandro Garnacho to the squad for £40 million. So with those two big signings in right here, the budget went to 100 million to barely £10 million. So I'm hoping, to be fair, because so far I've skipped a couple of days. The board haven't given me the money yet, but we're getting really close to our first game of the season. We're going to play out the match highlights, and I'll keep you lot up to date if the board do keep up their word for a financial increase when it comes to the transfer budget. But we're going to worry about the board later, as we got big games await, as the UEFA Super Cup was just around the horizon as we take on Champions League winners Liverpool. And we're off like a shot just like that, as our record signing Javier Guerrera slayed it across to Lewis Page to open things up, as the Englishman, a bright star in the Canary Islands, opens the scoreline. But 1 minute after that, Liverpool surprised me as they turned both my centre-back Isaac Avil gets the shot off. It's driven low and it's 1-1. Fofana then was on the wing, he crossed it in. My defenders, where were they? They were headless chickens, and nothing could be done about that. We trailed 2-1. Our other big signing, Garnacho, was off like a shot, but I don't want to talk about that. But at least he got a shot off target. Very same, it was straight at the goalkeeper. As we lost the UEFA Super Cup to Liverpool, but that's just a pre-season friendly trophy really. And it's an absolute gorgeous day right here in the Canary Islands. The sun is shining as we welcome our first game in La Liga season against Pep Guardiola's Athletic Club. Man, the mighty have fallen. But who could ruin such a gorgeous day here? Oh wait, it's you.
Take it. What's the matter? Can't move your arms?
Obviously not, or I'd be strangling you right now. For the love of God, somebody kick his ass!
Yes, of course, an old familiar face who home back Mr. Hawk's days, as Nico Williams ruined Mark, played it across to Musa Keane, and it shot dart pass as Pep Guardiola's Athletic Club take the lead. But the celebrations were cut short, and I mean real short, as Carrizo over here was onside, through on goal and got us back at the equaliser. Musa Keane was able to break through my defence yet again, but only to be stopped by the Croatian net. Romero on the other side was able to hold on the ball, played it across to Garnacho into Mateo Joseph, who went near post to give us the lead. And the real turning point, no puns intended, was Lewis Page securing us the win in La Liga. So we're going to stop the match highlights just right here because it's deadline day, and I said I was going to keep you updated if the board were going to give me a money injection as they promised. The answer to that was no. As we skip hour by hour, the board are silent like a mouse, and they've lied to me. They've lied about a money increase. They have lied to me yet again. This is probably one of the worst boards ever. And you can probably see what I'm doing right here. I was literally that close to finding the resign button. I was just sick and tired of this board. Not just ruining my reputation, but just also ruining Las Palmas in general. Well, I've got to swallow my pride. And we've got to take on Real Madrid next. That's right, you heard me. It's Real Madrid, where our next opponent, as a deflated Mr. Hawks Los Amarillos side, travel to the Santiago Bernabeu. Carrizo, though, he was off like a shooting star. Oh, could have been something there, but only stopped while Page laid it across to Mateo Joseph, and that shot would not be stopped, getting the best of Thibaut Courtois. And I could see the board up there, they're smirking, thinking you don't need no financial increase. Why don't you pay me, you cheapskates? As I really would have done some new centre-backs with that money, as both of them get their feet angled. If it weren't for Hawkers, that would have been a disaster. But before it was our time to attack, the momentum changed. Page spotted Garnacho, who went near post for that, and increased our lead by 2. And the game would have certainly been wrapped up if Page would have stayed on side for this goal. But Madrid took that opportunity into Jude Bellingham, who strikes it at Hawkers, who could barely get a glove onto that, and crept in for 2-1. And Vinny Jr. looking like he was going to go for the counter-attack, we made swift work of that, getting the 3 points at the Santiago Bernabeu. But now it's on to Champions League football, as Benfica away, and it's a huge night for Los Amarillos. And who out of all these players were going to get the first goal for Las Palmas in the Champions League? Carrizo came a little bit too close, but just like Sebastian Basson got Tottenham's first goal in Champions League, as we can see from a corner, Mikel Moreno, who's been with us since the second era of Spanish football, heads in Las Palmas' first goal in the Champions League. But Carrizo over there would take second honours over that, getting a second goal, increasing our lead by 2. But in the second half, though, we were inviting a lot of pressure for Jose Mourinho's Benfica side, a little bit too much. A shame none of these chances went in. Well, apart from that one, obviously. But they brought a knife to a chicken fight. Of course, we sent through Richarlison, securing the first win for Las Palmas in the Champions League. We made that game a lot harder than it should be, and it's going to get a lot harder in our next Champions League game as we travel to the Parc de France at PSG. But what's this? Under 10 minutes, we're off like a mark. A 1-2 passing Carrizo on the wing. Spotted Lewis Page, who converts it past Costa. PSG was stunned, but not for long, as their attack would have been absolutely deadly if it weren't for Hawkers stopping their path. And you can look away now, Parisians, including you Scottish faithful, as Andy Robertson lost the ball to Mateo Joseph. That's the worst person to give it to. He lays across to Carrizo, sees one man in the box. Yes, he's no longer a teenager, as Lewis Page gets a brace at that Parc de France. I couldn't believe it. Second up, PSG couldn't stop the counter-attack as we advanced with numbers. Page, being the mature man he is, didn't get the hat-trick, laid it across to Garnacho, increase it by 3-0. PSG's efforts, well, they were close. Well, not really that close, let's just say. But people would say that it's just a bad night for PSG. I think this is just a game that takes Las Palmas serious in this competition, as we shined in Champions League and football. But it's on to the league right here, and you don't want to see it. It's an absolute disaster so far, and it could have been an absolute more disaster against Espanyol if that backheel converted shot went in. But all those efforts, they just missed the finishing touches, which Carrizo certainly had as he put it in. As then we played a simple counter-attack, a 1-2 to Mateo Joseph to secure the second. I should have had this game wrapped up, but then I realised who Espanyol's manager was. It was only bloody Houdini. Look at these passes. They were copying their rivals Barcelona when they got that one in. I mean, what, are you freaking insane? But I wanted to get this win really wrapped up right here. So Mateo Joseph decided to take aim. It got saved, but the rebound, Ricoda off the bench, secures the 3-1 victory. As our final game of these match highlights were Manchester City at the Gran Canaria. And Page would laser across to Guerrero for an early scare. But guess what's more scarier? Erling Haaland, of course, giving Man City their lead. But still, Page was on fire in this game, making a good effort. But a lovely ball into our danger man. But God, the damn linesman put the flag up on that. Guerrero, though, he was like our David Silva in this game. Spotted the pass for Lewis Page, who grabs the equaliser. Hey, England boss, I've got a kid for you right here. The second half, Man City wishing this was full time. It was a non-stop onslaught from Los Amarillos. Joseph's volley got stopped, and afterwards another ball into Mateo Joseph, but he misses the chances. But we took no prisoners. Garnacho, ball to Richarlison, he scores, but just offside again. New reinforcements could have helped us win this game, and a new backline could have kept us in this game as well, as Martin lost the ball in the 90th minute and Churchy scored. An undeserved win for Manchester City, and it's a huge blow for Los Amarillos. So we've got 2 live games for you right here. First one right here, it's a little bit personal for me. It's just because I feel like I've beaten every team in La Liga so far, at least once. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, but just one team stands in my way, and that was Barcelona. Remember that Season 2 live game I had against them? It was 0-0, it was close. But then it got even more closer in Season number 3, where we just lost 1-0. So this game right here against Barcelona is just to prove we could finally end it right here and beat the Almighty and get them off their perk, really. And what a good start, because we desperately need the win so far. So come on, Los Amarillos, let's freaking do this. Barcelona passed it short as their usual. Oh, he's offside. Got a little carried away. John Martin, free kick played across to Mark Paulden. Lovely ball into Javier Guerrero. Lewis Page, open space into Mateo Joseph. Tight angle, gets the shot off. And within 3 minutes, we get the opening goal at the Gran Canaria. Mateo Joseph, the best person on the job. Well, sometimes, but still, we've got the lead, early lead over the mighty Barcelona. Barcelona hoping to respond right here, where they're doing their usual. It's passing short, it's passing effective, it's onside right here. Past my centre back, easy enough. Gets the shot off straight at Alcaraz, and barely lost the ball there. It was too close to call for, but here we go. Here comes our specialty. A good old-fashioned counter-attack right through the middle. Lovely pass, and Lewis Page delivers a good ball into an Argentinian. It's not Messi, it's Carrizo. Cross it, Mateo Joseph managed to win it and gets another for us. Ours seems a little bit more effective over these stupid tiki-taka football. Mateo Joseph, being the deadly weapon that he is, gets a second for us. Barcelona are a bit stunned here, to be honest with you. They seem to get 3 points easy out of me. But not today, we're being a bit more difficult. Like now, losing the ball so easy. Javier plays it across to Lewis Page. Over it goes, Mateo Joseph on the hat-trick. The volley was at the keeper. Ansu Fati plays it across. It's good passing, but we're playing them on side. Too deep seems to be the big problem. And again, it passed it too short. Edry, good chance. It's blocked. It's onside. It's luckily straight at Alcaraz. And Barcelona playing it across to Ansu Fati. 1-2, Javier. Now, come on, just get the ball off them. It's just, as soon as they get the ball more on their favour and possession, it seems to hurt us more. But hello, here comes our chance. It's through ball to Lewis Page, the conductor. It's a great ball to Carrizo. The touch is great. Can the finish deliver? It can. Before half time, we are 3 goals up at the Gran Canaria against the mighty Barcelona. Well, I was going to say mighty, they're no longer mighty now. Las Palmas seem to be the mighty ones. Ball into Carrizo yet again. The Argentine holding off right here. He's trying to get a shot off, but it's unlikely. Now onto Javier, back to Carrizo, who sees the room, takes it. I think it took a deflection, maybe. Ball to Carlos Romero, through goal into Roman. Now, Page on the ball. He sees support. Can he get one off? It's on to Garnacho right here. Could go near post. It's saved, but Carrizo with the rebound. It's 4-0. What a performance on the Los Amarillos. Ball into Barcelona's favour right here. They turn, they twist. Pedri, lovely chance. Lamine Lamar gets the shot. It's wide. Wait. Costa. And we can see Javier Guerrero holds onto the ball right here. He's charging through that midfield. Sees supports to his right. And it's Carrizo. Gets the shot off. Oh, so close for the hat-trick. Ball plays it into their striker now. Lays across to Pedri. Pedri outside the box, can't do much damage to be fair, but he seems to crept his way through, and Lamine Lamar will finish. Oh, those words bite me, didn't they? And that would probably much annoy Hawkers more than anyone. Full time goes, it's a 4-1 victory. We've finally put the nail in Barcelona, beating them once and for all. But still, I do have another surprise for you. It's another live game, that's a Champions League special. So, our second live game, you can see we've got Borussia Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park. A huge game for Los Amarillos, and a team that I actually admire, to be honest with you. You know, someone with a yellow heart, just like ourselves. But let's hope we can break down these walls of Borussia Dortmund, get our Champions League campaign up and running, and get a huge win right here at the Signal Iduna Park. Ball into Page's feet right here. He won the time course of getting the yellow kits, which is kind of annoying to be fair, but still, we are away. As they headed it once again, it comes the might of Borussia Dortmund. It's a through ball, Karim Adiada. Oh boy, you know, I don't think he can be from the right side, but Hawkers with the save, and it's a good block, and we managed to get rid of it. It's good defending on up, but Hawkers with the crucial save. But here comes our chance. It's Carrizo on the right. You know how deadly he can be. He turns, he twists, he plays the ball to Lewis Page. Oh, it's just off target. 1-2 now, we can see. Good child. No, we've lost it. Not a good start. Karim Adiada, you don't want to lose the ball to him as Carlos Romero barely catching up to him. And he's starting to go in. It's a cross, it's a header, but Hawker is unable to jump, but luckily it was wide. Mark Poldu now plays across to Carrizo. Carrizo into Joseph. Joseph outside the box, not where I want him. But Javier Guerrero though, trying to find someone who's open. Joseph can shoot, will shoot, but it's wide. Dortmund on the attack right here, and they've got numbers. A lot of the yellow wall up forward right here. We're trying to get our back line sorted as Hugo plays at 1-2. We're playing them onside yet again, but Hawker is with the save. Throwing right here to Javier Guerrero. Outside the box. Got so many players caught swarming me right here, the Borussia Dortmund back line. Now it's into Mark. Here we go. He's inside the box. Plays it short. Joseph shoot. Oh, straight at the keeper though. Corner for Borussia Dortmund right here. Gonna whip this one in. It's Marquisio who heads it in before half time. A goal before half time is absolutely dreadful, and Marquisio heads in Borussia Dortmund's lead. 1-0. Devastating, just going into the second half. Got the ball, nice work, John Martins. Guerrero plays it across. Carrizo, who can dribble, plays it across to Lewis Page. Heavy touch from him, but you know what? He gets the ball off to Carrizo on the wing for the equaliser. Nope, it's wide. We can't be squandering chances like that. Borussia Dortmund passing around my back line, but good work right here. And Garnacho is going to lead from the counter-attack. Played it across to Richarlison. Fresh as a daisy. Garnacho is through. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper to give us an equaliser. No, he hits the post. And we can see Carlos Romero delivers a terrible ball. 88th minute. We got to start taking these passes more seriously. Backline's a little bit deep right here. Playing at 1-2. We're trying to swarm him through ball. Onside. Who's marking him? Absolutely no one. Borussia Dortmund will go away with the 3 points of the Champions League. They took in their chances, we couldn't, and look at the result. Full time goes at the Signal Iduna Park. We lost 2-0. Oh my god, just maybe if we had a little bit more quality at the back and maybe quality up forwards to take our chances, we would have been in a better position. But the board doesn't think so. Oh, it's going to be another rant. You know what, let's see how we do in January 1st, even though I really don't want to look at the table. Okay, we look at the league table right here, and it's not good. It's not good. We are in 6th place right here. It's been an absolute disaster. We're not picking up the wins. We're not picking up the results we needed. And it could cost us not just Champions League football once again, but as well as that, just European football completely as well. But in the Champions League, we did barely made it through, even though we lost Borussia Dortmund and Man City. We're top 12, so that means we're through to the preliminary rounds of the Champions League, so stay tuned for that. I barely think we can get this done because the squad right here, some players, don't get me wrong, are really been outstanding in this season. Some have been absolutely amazing. But I feel like I'm like a broken record right here and complain, but we could have really used that financial increase, which the board freaking promised me to at least improve the defence, because they've just been absolutely losing the ball so many times, and it cost us some huge games right here. It's been an absolute disaster. For frick's sake. I feel like I've been complaining all episode right here, but that's just how I feel. I just feel like I want to resign and walk away from this absolute crap hole, but we're going to stick to our guns and get prepared for the second half of season number 4. Can Mr. Hawk rescue this side and hopefully not just get into European places again, but try to get this squad on the right track? Stay tuned for next episode. If you enjoy, subscribe for new career mode content. And as always, I'll see you amazing people later.